After eating beans, it's very difficult not to produce gas. And these exercises here will help you release this nuisance. Now, preferably do it in a private place so you don't get a reputation as a fart, like Matthias did here at the Mulungu gym, letting out his fart in the gym here in town just because he came from Sao Paulo. Right, Matthias? But there are two factors that contribute to the formation of gas. The first is food, and the other is swallowing air. And did you know that we produce 4 to 5 liters of gas a day? Now, which foods produce the most gas, and what helps prevent or at least reduce it? If you suffer from this kind of discomfort, I'm going to show you lots of tips that will give you the greatest relief. Stay with me until the end. Well, this is a delicate and embarrassing subject for some people, but for others it's the most natural thing in the world, to the point of becoming a joke. Some people are proud to fart. Have you ever seen them like that? My father-in-law, for example, he lets some guys go, and there are others who pretend nothing happened, right? How do you let out a loud fart and keep looking at a book with lots of people around you? My father-in-law does that, and I just tell him not to watch this video, but I love him very much if he does, Dr. Jander. A big hug to you. But joking aside, on average, we fart between 10 and 15 times a day, and all of this has to do with our diet. And if you don't fart hardly at all, you need to investigate this too. It's likely that the person has a cold or is blocked because the gas isn't coming out.
Hey you guys, are you enjoying our content? Why I'm asking this? Because according to our channel analysis, 97% of the people who watch us are not subscribed to the channel. Do you believe this? So I sincerely ask, if you have liked our content, subscribe to our channel. Let's make this content reach everyone around the world, and let's make this a healthier world, okay? So subscribe our channel and God bless you.
Most gas doesn't smell, and when it does, it's due to sulfur-containing foods such as broccoli, eggs, cabbage, and it can also be due to lactose intolerance. Lactose, which is the sugar in milk, can't be broken down in the digestive process and is fermented in the intestine, and this fermentation gives off this smell. People with celiac disease or gluten intolerance suffer from inflammation and flatulence too. And the stench, the katinga, can also be due to a virus or bacteria. There are people who look at themselves like, boy, you're rotten, you're a carrion. In fact, this bad smell can come from constipation because the feces remain in the body for a long time. So let's get to the super tips for avoiding that embarrassing gas. Tip number 1, chew your food well. Due to the daily rush, people eat quickly and then barely chew their food. The teeth grind it and the saliva releases enzymes. So the digestive process starts here in the mouth. If you eat quickly, digestion starts in the stomach, and that's the first factor in forming gas. Second tip, don't drink during meals. This is a cultural habit that's hard to get out of. If you go into a restaurant, you'll hardly find anyone eating without drinking. Why is that? It's not for nothing that the waiter, the first thing he does is ask, what are you going to drink? He even brings you the drink beforehand so you can drink it before, during, and even after your meal. Our stomach works best one thing at a time. It doesn't work well with solids and liquids together. When you eat only solids, your stomach takes about 2 to 3 hours to process all the food. Now, if you eat while drinking any beverage, your stomach will work for 5 hours. Can you imagine if it worked overtime? Third tip, drink water 15 minutes before eating. This practice has more than one advantage. Firstly, you're hydrating yourself. Secondly, you're lining your stomach. You won't need to eat as much. Fourthly, don't eat too much. I mean, you're not supposed to go so many hours without eating. If you're not doing it in an organized way, fasting is intermittent. When you eat junk food and don't eat for a long time, when you go out to eat, you often end up feeling thirstier than usual. This leads to the tendency of devouring your meal quickly, even consuming a large plate of food and unintentionally swallowing air with every bite. Another piece of advice to consider is to refrain from talking while eating. This habit may be challenging to alter, as Middle Eastern individuals also adhere to this rule. However, envisioning a Brazilian or Italian family refraining from conversation during a meal seems almost inconceivable. As for my own family, not only do we converse, but we do so with passion, often yelling and even engaging in the occasional plate picking. Consequently, trying to maintain silence becomes exceptionally difficult. Unfortunately, when individuals gather around a table, most families feel compelled to catch up and engage in lengthy discussions. Nonetheless, eating in complete silence does have its advantages. The flavors of the food become more pronounced and you establish a deeper connection with your meal. Additionally, your chewing becomes more deliberate and controlled, reducing the occurrence of excessive air intake. Another tip to consider is adequate hydration. If you consume a significant amount of fruits, vegetables, and fiber-rich foods such as flaxseed, it is essential to ensure sufficient hydration. Although fiber has numerous benefits for the intestines, inadequate hydration can lead to blockages and excessive bloating. Regular exercise is also crucial. Engaging in physical activity, particularly abdominal exercises, helps to alleviate gas buildup. Toward the end of the video, I will provide a helpful massaging technique that will aid in relieving gas specifically when you are feeling overly full and discomforted. Additionally, it is advisable to reduce or eliminate certain foods, particularly for individuals who frequently experience gas-related issues. Foods such as beans, dairy products, sugary items, and carbonated beverages should all be limited or omitted. The detrimental effects of these foods on gas production need no further explanation. Furthermore, water itself can contribute to flatulence. When soaking beans overnight, some of the substance, phytate, responsible for gas production is expelled into the water. Moving on to the next tip, maintaining regularity in your bowel movements is crucial. A well-balanced diet, rich in fiber and hydration, helps to promote regular bowel movements. Additionally, it is important to treat any potential intestinal parasites just as one would undergo routine medical checkups and examinations. Worm medication should be taken at least every 2 years. Intestinal parasites can affect anyone, regardless of their socioeconomic background. Even a high-end restaurant might serve vegetables that are improperly washed or meat that is undercooked, while inadequate hand hygiene can equally contribute to the transmission of these parasites. Lastly, it is beneficial to consume ginger tea infused with mint. Mint has long been recognized for its digestive properties, and certain studies have indicated its efficacy in reducing bloating among individuals with irritable bowel syndrome. Ginger, on the other hand, has shown promise in aiding digestion by alleviating flatulence and possesses thermogenic properties that aid in fat burning. Before concluding the video, I would like to provide detailed instructions for performing the recommended exercises. Pay close attention as I describe how the food travels through your digestive system, starting from the moment it enters your mouth, traveling down through the esophagus, and eventually reaching the small intestine. Comes to the large intestine. So the movement of the intestine, for you who are watching me there, is clockwise. Oh, poop goes clockwise to come out of the bowl. So, if you want to get the gas out, you do it like this. Squeeze like this, squeeze here and there. For example, you have chest pain, you think it's gas, you push from here to here, then you let out a little fart, and the pain goes away, you know it's gas. If you want to make this exercise even more powerful, you can lie down on the bed on your side, on this side, with this side up, the left side up, because the air will come up here, you know. If you want to make it even more powerful, lie down. Lie with your ass up like this on the bed, like a witch. And make that same movement with your ass up, that's right, and you'll fart. My aunts always said, when I had a tummy ache as a child, they ain't lie on the mattress with your butt up, you'll fart and get better. That's how I learned it as a child. So I hope you enjoyed this video and that these tips worked for you.